I suppose that means
And you
we're
believe
live.
everything you see
On the internet.
on
Yes.
the computer screen.
Another member of the sheeple.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everything I read on the internet.
Smart move.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
Smart move.
Smart move indeed.
Wow, zombies 758 my neighbors, huh?
That's right. Hello and welcome to episode 758 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. I'm your host, Chris Johnston, and with me, as always, from Canada is the birthday boy, Mr. Greg Seward.
29 again.
For the 20th time.
For the 16th time.
Yikes.
Jerk.
Happy birthday.
This is just as sexy as I hoped it would be.
Happy
There we go. Yep, let's do
it.
That's a Sweet Wolf Team shirt, by the way.
Game creative staff.
Love it.
Wolf Team. Happy birthday.
Oh, wait, we're still going on with this?
Gregory Seward. Happy birthday. Happy birthday's back in the public domain, right?
I think so.
To you.
Now you ask.
Thanks,
That's
Phil.
that question.
Of course.
You got a
Happy
new
birthday.
desk chair going there, or we just never see that?
Let me tell you. No, I do.
Looks
new
fancy.
new digs. I went all out this past week. I got me a new desk chair. I got me a new computer desk.
It's like you're the kid in Flight of the Navigator.
I got
right?
Oh man,
Yeah.
with Paul Rubens.
That's
talking
right.
As a wisecracking spaceship.
Compliance.
I got nice got new monitors. I went all out. My old computer desk,
Yeah.
which I left behind at the
Was a rag on a stick.
it holy free holies. That my old computer desk was old. I mean, it was like it was a cheapo particle board. Walmart tier. The thing had an integrated CD holder.
Oh,
So you can
wow.
hold.
Yes.
And I will have you know
Wow.
that as I was packing up to move, that CD holder, I was pulling out my copy of Grim Fandango and Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis and Sam and Max Hit the Road. So I still
That's
had
some
all my
mid-90s goodness
old-
there.
Yeah, no, that old computer desk was older than
Old.
Greg, I think.
Congratulations, by the way, on getting a desk chair that's not one of those crappy gamer chairs. Because, hey,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
one of the
There it
biggest
is.
regrets ever. I hate
Really?
this thing with
Really?
a passion. Yes.
And I have to say, because I went over to
It's a little overstated. That's not one of my biggest regrets ever, but I do regret it. It's a little much, but
You oversold it.
I oversold that a little bit.
Let's tone it down a little.
I went to what was Staples, I think, one of those office supply stores to get a new chair, and Staples, I guess, has their own little line of gamer chairs, and I saw it and I was like,
They're all the same chair.
and I sat down in it and I was like, I mean, it doesn't seem uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
The
do I
pads
wanna-
on those things compress quickly.
that's where my mind went.
For some,
Yeah.
a gamer
Especially
of
for
our
The
collective
more
stature.
husky gamer.
Yeah, that's gonna
But
last.
no,
a
in
day
general,
and a
they're just
half
not. They're
before-
just not well built.
Right.
They're not well
and-
built. They're all pretty much the same.
Well, and I had a cheapo desk chair before, and it was like that fake leather, and it starts peeling off.
Yeah.
That's
and
that's happening with my chair right
Yeah.
now.
This
That's
thing
why
is the same way.
it's peeling
It's
off.
bare.
that's why I went with the mesh.
Yeah,
stuff
that's what I'm
on
getting
here.
next time.
Yeah.
That's what we have at work, and they're fantastic.
Oh, there it is. There's a
Like
chunk
fake
of
leather.
CJ's
Yeah.
chair right
Not
there.
exactly the style you've got, but they're like the mesh backed
Right,
chairs,
right.
and they're very comfortable.
Yeah, no, this is. I figured this would be better for the long term. So
It's pretty
good.
nice.
I got my new TV sitting right off
Jesus,
frame.
did you win a
there.
lottery or something?
Well,
This is like your gamer den now.
I'm telling you.
Got it.
Bonuses happen and such.
You
I
got it.
relaxed.
You're set up.
I relaxed this week. I put together my Lego bonsai.
Tree.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. It's got
Excellent. You're showing
got
that
its
to the camera.
got its little stand there. Yeah, for all you
So that-
YouTube friends watching.
Yeah.
So
Very
it's been a
nice.
very exciting week.
Yes.
For our old pal Phil. So
I see.
yeah, and look at this, YouTube friends.
Oh,
What's
Pepsi
this? A bottle of Pepsi Blue.
Blue.
Pepsi Blue. That's my beverage
Yeah.
this week.
Okay.
I believe CJ.
Uh-huh.
Remember this video game show?
You should believe me.
Yeah.
Just in general. Yeah.
I believe the last time I had Pepsi Blue, I was
Mhm.
with you in Las Vegas, Nevada
Okay.
for a what was that retro gaming show that was in
The
Vegas?
Classic Gaming Expo.
Classic Gaming Expo.
But that was in the early 2000s when it was still in Vegas.
It was.
Yeah.
That's,
I was going to say, so because wasn't that in California
Yeah, they moved it to
later?
like,
Yes.
Yeah,
San Jose
because I've been there
later.
once, but I know I didn't go to Vegas to go there.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a quick sip. I remember this
Go for
taste.
it.
This is berry flavored cola, is what they call it. I remember it tasting like a melted blue raspberry.
They don't say what berry.
slush.
Okay.
It's all the berries.
There you go.
It's boysenberry.
And while you take a swig here,
Nice
I'm going to
floral
say, and
bouquet.
joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Mm. Yeah, that just tastes like melted blue raspberry Slurpee.
Slushy.
Gross.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. I'm admiring Greg's new addition to his Sega display.
Like
in the
that?
background. What's
Well,
Which
you
one?
know,
What are you talking about?
Dis-
The sign?
Discord unveiled
sign.
a new logo, and then Sega followed suit. They got a new logo.
So that was so of course we're pretty much in full lockdown
Mhm.
again, and so my kids couldn't go shopping for me for my birthday.
Hmm.
So my youngest got up this morning and
Really?
painted. Yeah, and I had to
Oh,
open them in
amazing.
sequence because that's actually four different. They're
Oh, is
pushed
it
together
really?
right now, but they're four different whatever you call the So
Yeah.
I had to open
What are
them in
they-
sequence.
What are they on? Is like canvas or
No, it's not
Is it
canvas. It's like a
wood? I can't-
it's a board of some kind.
oh, is it like
Yeah.
a foam core?
No, it's pretty.
Oh,
It's pretty.
Oh, look
thin.
at that. Okay,
oh
and
that's
that's
cool. Okay.
the
I think
Is
you
that-
can get them at the dollar store. We bought a
is-
bunch of them because my youngest loves to paint. So
Is-
these are great
Ah.
because she can actually. If you
okay.
look on the wall back there, you can see a couple of other things
Yeah,
that
yeah.
she's painted too
Oh, okay.
back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like that little sunset. Like that's on one of these, smaller one of these.
Oh,
And
okay.
she just one day decided she wanted to paint, and that's what she painted. So
that's so
There
cute.
you
Yeah,
go.
anyway, yeah, she made this for me for my birthday.
in the when they're in
Love
the
it.
background there, just the lighting made it look like it was on kind of like brown board, but it's white.
Yeah.
It's blue on white.
Yep.
That is so cute. I love it.
Yeah, I was really really happy. It's like, man,
Yeah.
you really know me.
Yeah, that's
So.
exactly. And you can rearrange it to spell ages.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
because to be this good
It takes ages.
Takes ages.
But also to be this good takes Sega. You know,
Well, of course.
you know,
We all know it.
Or when they were marketing the CD32 and had the sign that said, "To be this good would take Sega ages."
Oh, really?
But then you realize it's for the CD32 and you laugh. So
I don't see Mario and RoboCod at the Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
uh,
I think this has been a Twitter meme a couple of times, but there's a new one where people are posting their first Amazon orders.
Yeah, what's the deal with
Yes.
that?
I don't know.
What's the deal?
one of those things,
Just
people
One of those things to show how old you are.
Just one
Yeah.
of those things.
I looked back at mine, and December 5th, 1999, I
Yeah.
ordered some kind of Pokemon minifigure set from Amazon. That was my first order. I have no idea why. I don't even remember owning those. But that was my first one more than 20 years ago,
Yeah.
which is blowing my mind.
I posted
think
mine
about.
on the Twitters last night, and it was Actually, a couple months before you, also from '99, but I think I
Yeah.
ordered mine in the summer. I ordered the Onions first book.
Oh yes.
What was it, the 100 years like of our greatest headlines or something like that?
Yep.
Um,
It's a fantastic book.
yes, I ordered a book of Red Meat cartoons, which was a comic strip that I first read in the print edition of the Onion back in the mid '90s.
Mhm.
And then what was the last thing? Oh, VHS tape of They Might Be Giants music videos.
Yeah, I think I own that exact same tape.
Yeah,
Well, not
yeah.
the exact same tape, but
'Cause,
I own the tape.
just
a
I was the one
different
who bought
version
it.
of
It was mine. That was my copy.
right.
I don't know where the
That's
VHS
great.
version is these days.
Yeah,
But
I
have
can
the DVD
imagine
version.
sifting through your Amazon order backlog, Phil.
Well,
That must be an undertaking.
you break it down by years. You can actually there's
You
a
can,
drop
yeah.
down menu in the
Okay.
orders. Yeah, and you can break it down by years. And
Great
actually,
writers.
I just out of curiosity, I was going through it last night, digging through some of the old stuff that I had ordered, and I was surprised at how little I used Amazon for the first 10 years or so of
Yeah.
me starting. Like, you know, I'd make like 5 orders a year, if that. You know, during those early days.
So I just looked it up.
Yeah.
My first order was in 2007.
Oh my goodness.
It was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows
The book?
Mhm.
Okay.
and The Departed Blu-ray.
There you go. Do you still have those things?
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Both of them.
I see.
Very nice.
That was
Should
one
we
of the
talk
first
about
Blu-rays I
some,
bought. Anyway,
Video game news. Just a couple things from last week that I want to bring up. First of
that?
all, Lucasfilm Games is bringing out Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol as a double
Oh.
release to Switch.
that
Very
sounds
nice.
50% awesome.
Yeah, no. Ghoul Patrol is not good.
No,
Right.
Zombies Ate My Neighbor. Great.
Yeah.
Ghoul
Yep,
Patrol, not so
exactly.
much.
So I guess Lucasfilm hung on to the rights to that then, because Konami released those games.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
comes out of my salary.
Did Konami release Ghoul Patrol?
Well, I know they did Zombies
No,
Ate My
it was
Neighbors.
like
Definitely-
JVC or somebody, or like some other company.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It was like what was that record company that put out games for a very
Victor Music
Victor. There you go.
in Japan.
okay.
No, I think that
JVC was
the,
their label here or something, wasn't it? I don't remember.
Right, okay.
Something like that.
Ghoul Patrol.
There's an easy way to
Victor-
find this out. Yes, it was JVC.
JVC, yeah, which
JVC.
is Victor.
Released it over here.
I think I just said that.
You did just say
JVC
that.
Kenwood Victor Entertainment,
I see.
which is owned entirely by Konami.
Is it?
No,
Oh.
it is not.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Konami has a lot of things that aren't video games. So
No.
actually,
true.
mostly things that
Yeah.
aren't video games now.
Yeah.
Mobile games, health clubs.
Because I was going to say, if they have the right, if they still had the rights to those games, I was going to say that I'm happy to hear that Konami is again spreading the love with their licenses,
Right.
because they don't really make games anymore. But it's nice, you know. I love to see things like the Contra collection and the Castlevania collection,
Yeah.
because they could just leave all that stuff. They could just be dormant or just use it all
Yeah.
for slot machines.
Do you think it's going to be the Super Nintendo or the Genesis version of these?
I would imagine the
Super
SNES
Nintendo, because the
Super
world's
Nintendo?
forgotten about the Genesis.
Probably. Anyway, the new features.
Did
in
Ghoul
this-
Patrol even come out on Genesis?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I don't think so, actually.
Yeah.
Some new features here. It has a quick save, so you
Okay.
can save your progress in either game and continue whenever you want. It has a museum feature where you can watch a video interview with one of the original Zombies developers
Oh.
Cool.
and explore galleries of game art, unreleased concept images, and marketing assets. So that's cool.
Who's
You can listen to
sorry.
the soundtrack
Okay.
in a music player. There's a 2-player mode for local co-op, of course, and achievements as well. So
There
The
we go.
2-player mode for local co-op is not a new feature, but
no.
who's handling the conversion?
It does not say.
Hmm.
So I am unsure.
I mean, you just immediately assume other ocean.
I would have assumed that, but don't like in their in the Disney pack that they did, they had the rewind feature, right? There was rewind in that.
Yes, I believe
This
so.
doesn't list that as a new feature, so I'm wondering if this will have that.
Hmm.
That'd be kind of nice, but
Be too bad if it didn't. That's pretty much becoming common now.
it
Yeah.
is, yeah, with retro releases.
And I think Limited Run's doing a physical. Is that correct?
I have not
That
seen
sounds
that.
something they would
Sounds like
want to do.
if you have information on that,
I thought I saw Limited Run say that they were going to be doing that.
Speaking of which, did
Possibly.
you order Castlevania Collection?
Yes,
Either of you? Did you?
I did.
I did not.
Oh, you know what? Here we go. Yeah, Wario64 tweeted this out, and then Limited Run retweeted it and said more
Nice.
details to come. But yes, getting a
Oh,
More
okay.
details to come. Watch Wario 64's feed.
yeah.
There you go.
But yeah,
All right. And then the other news story I wanted to bring up is that Sega had a
heard of them.
recent financial presentation for
they
their
got a
last
new
fiscal
logo,
year.
an official new logo made
An
up.
official new logo right
It's right
there.
there. Yeah.
And there were a couple interesting points here. First of all, they are working on a quote super game that they will release within the next 5 years. Don't know what that means. And
a super game?
that's right.
Is this like
And
a new?
That's
class
literally
of
at the
video
college.
game?
It's a super game.
It says yes. Strategy 2, creation of super game is their priority strategy for the next 5 years.
So this is like,
Yeah.
Hey, you're familiar with video games. Are you ready to
Yeah.
take it to the next level?
Super
Introducing-
game?
Well, I mean, this wasn't a
Super game?
consumer announcement, though, right? You're saying this was a
no,
Yeah.
this is
so
a financial.
Okay.
yeah, financial
But
call.
under the super game heading, it says creation of titles which can be expanded globally. So some kind of global
Some
super
kind of
game.
always online service game with lots of microtransactions.
something that will appeal globally.
There you go.
And then maybe more important is an expansion of their past IP libraries, including remasters, remakes, and reboots of some inactive dormant IP. And let me just list off some of these
Kid
that are
Chameleon.
that were actually on a slide that Sega presented.
Oh, okay.
Crazy Taxi, Jet Set
They did this while they
Radio.
were on a slide. Sounds
is on a-
difficult.
No.
Whee! Jet Set Radio. Whee! I love it.
No, a PowerPoint
I hope they're not
slide.
wearing shorts because you can really burn your calves doing that, you know?
PowerPoint. So Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Space Channel 5, Rez, Panzer Dragoon, Knights, Shinobi, Virtua Fighter, Altered Beast, House of the Dead, Streets of Rage, Soul Hackers, etc.
What is Soul Hackers?
Soul Hackers is Atlas, but now that it's
Oh, okay.
I mean, some of those have been pretty active anyway, right? Like House of the Dead. We've had a couple of House of the Dead games, and
they already
while.
announced they're bringing back House of the Dead for Switch, right? That was in the recent Indie World.
Yes.
Yeah. And Virtua Fighter, I think there's some kind of esports version of that floating
Oh, really?
around.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Altered
I
Beast,
welcome all of it.
Panzer
Altered Beast,
Dragoon- Well,
eh,
Panzer Dragoon's
whatever.
already kind of
Panzer Dragoon. I mean, we've got the remakes happening, so they could just be including because they're supposed to be working on the Panzer Dragoon 2 remake right now.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to have a Saga remake, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Well, the source code's gone, so
Yeah,
Yes.
source code's gone.
Yeah.
They don't mention Streets of Rage on here, even though they already. Oh yeah, they did Streets of Rage. I
Yeah,
said Streets
but I
of
mean,
Rage.
Streets of Rage
There you
4 just happened like
Yeah,
it did.
yesterday.
Yeah, it did.
That's
I
not a
missed it.
dormant franchise.
I missed it because I don't pay close attention to what you say. But did you say Crazy Taxi?
I
as well?
did.
Yeah.
I said
That's
Crazy
what I'd read.
Taxi.
That would be
Now-
cool.
Is the Offspring in on this?
You need the Offspring.
Because it
I
doesn't.
know,
Sorry,
you
but
can't-
it
doesn't
doesn't,
count.
it doesn't
separate
work
that.
without the Offspring.
I mean,
Sorry, those are the rules.
You can't separate the two.
I'm not saying
No,
that jokingly.
gotta
The
keep 'em
opposite
separate.
of keeping them separated.
There you
Crazy
go.
Taxi without the Yeah.
You can't keep them separated.
Yikes.
You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey, come out and play.
Yeah, I'm gonna break out the '90s playlist.
That's some good stuff right
Actually, is
there.
that '90s or 2000s? I don't even remember anymore.
I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to know what you guys thought of that list, and if there are any that you would add on to the there you'd like to see them bring back.
I don't see Kid Chameleon. I don't see Green Dog, the Big Surfer Dude.
Green Dog.
I don't see Floygan Brothers episode 2.
I know.
Right, the long-awaited Floygan Brothers episode 2.
That game, that game was
CJ hates that game.
Yes.
I sat next to him while he was reviewing that game.
I sat down the hall from
angry
from
times,
him, and I remember that.
It was such a badly designed game. Just poor game. Yeah.
Do we hear Shinobi in there? I'd love to see another Shinobi.
Yeah, there was Shinobi in there.
I'm excited about that because they did the PlayStation 2 Shinobi games, and they were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Shinobi and Nightshade, I think, was the second one.
Kunoichi in Japan.
Yes.
Nightshade in the US. Yeah.
So, and they were pretty good. They weren't amazing. I'll go back and play them. I mean, they haven't aged too well, so it'd be nice to definitely reboot that series again.
What about Skies of Arcadia?
I think you just need a modern remake of Skies of Arcadia.
Remake of Skies of Arcadia.
Because that is a game that is so beloved by people who've played it.
Yeah.
But it was on 2 consoles that weren't really the most popular consoles at the time. Yeah. Right? So, yeah, I think you modernize it a little bit and just re-release it.
Yeah.
I think you could go a long way with that. I've never played it.
I have it on GameCube.
Me too.
I don't think.
And Dreamcast.
I think I might have it on Dreamcast too. I didn't get far. I may have played it a bit, but I don't think I ever got far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as what happened when they first went multi-platform, because there were just so many great properties that people just hadn't played because of Sega's fortunes from like 1995 on.
Mm-hmm.
So really any other big games. That's why I've been so happy with what they've been doing over the last 20 years with their IP. They're not generally not letting a whole bunch of it lie dormant, which is fantastic.
Alrighty. Well, I think it's time then for what you've been playing. And Greg, you are up first, sir.
I did not play much of anything new this week. However, what I did do is finished Tearaway Unfolded for the PlayStation 4, I believe that came out. So this is one of those, I've been sitting on that game for a long time, but I didn't crack the disc, so that was good. So if anyone remembers Tearaway, thank you.
You were literally sitting on the disc.
If anyone remembers, Tearaway came out on the PS Vita.
Yes.
And I think we all played that.
Yes.
I remember I loved that game. And it was very much in the same sort of wheelhouse as something like an Astrobot, where Astrobot's Playroom, where it felt more like a demo of the system's capabilities. Like Tearaway took a lot of advantage of the tilt controls and the front touchscreen and the back touchscreen, and like there were times when you actually were, and the whole thing was done like papercraft. So like when you were touching the back touchscreen, it was like you were reaching into the world, is sort of how they treated it. And it was very cool. Yep. So then they brought out Tearaway Unfolded on the PS4, and I remember buying it A, because I loved Tearaway on the Vita, and B, because I was fascinated by what they would do with something on the home console, because it couldn't just be like a port. It couldn't even really control that much the same as Tearaway on the Vita. So anyway, it's just one of those games that I finally sort of got around to. I wanted to play something when I finished on my PS5 when I finished Spider-Man and I finished Astrobot, and that was just sitting there. It's like, wow, I've been meaning to play that forever. 6 years. That game's 6 years old now. So I fired it up, and yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. And they took wonderful advantage of everything that the PS4 controller could do. and as well as mixed it with the camera and the microphone, the PlayStation camera and the microphone. So you use all those in this game, but it doesn't feel gimmicky, which is really nice. It just feels, again, like Astrobot, where and like Tearaway did on the Vita, where it's taking advantage of the system's different unique features. Where the story is all about you. They call you the you. Yeah, you, Phil.
Oh, okay.
So so it's you see images of yourself around the world, and the whole idea is that you're trying to take the messenger, which is your little papercraft character, through the game to get to you. The only thing I would say, the only downside I would say about the game is that the game feels like it's split into three sort of very, very specific acts, and the first two are great. The third one is pretty good, but about halfway through the third act, it starts to feel like a victory lap. It feels like you've done everything, that the game doesn't have much else to do or say, and then that drags for like an hour or more. And it's beautiful, it's interesting, but it also feels like they meant to finish the game, like an hour ago. And you get into some of these sections where it's really easy to die, so you have to redo things over and over again. And again, it feels so close to something along the lines of running through the credits. Like, it really feels like that's where you are. Like, you're getting a recap of things. You're seeing callbacks to different parts of the game from hours ago. So it's like, I feel like you should just be letting me run down a corridor and showing me this stuff left and right, and the game's over. But they don't do that. They just sort of drag it out. And again, it's very creative, but it feels like it should have been over an hour ago. That's a pretty slight complaint. Overall, it's adorable. It's got great atmosphere. It looks great. Obviously, Media Molecule, everything they do looks fantastic. And yeah, I'm really glad I finally played through it. And I'm really glad that I finished it. I think it was about 20 hours total. So highly recommended, especially now. I'm sure it's pretty cheap if you can find a copy. And it takes great advantage of most of the things you can do with the PS5 as well. Just, not everything, obviously, because it's more advanced. But yeah, that's it. That's what I was playing this week. I finished that this week. Finished that tonight, actually, just before we started recording.
Cool. All right, then, Phil.
Yes.
What do you got for us?
Oh, not much, really. Nothing new, certainly. I've just been playing a lot of Picross S6, which I'm actually pretty close to finishing. I just have one more tier of the normal puzzles to go, and then polish off the clip Picrosses, and then the big, like, crazy giant ones where it's like the 40 by 30s or something like that.
Okay.
Like the big kind of bonus mode. So playing getting that finished up, and then playing a little bit more Returnal. Still terrible at it, but I'm enjoying it. I've been playing a bit of a work-related game for fun, because a work-related game is fun. I won't talk about that because I'm not allowed to, but
okay.
I like my work-related games. And then I've been playing some Judgment, the PS5 Judgment, the Yakuza spinoff.
I guess we didn't talk about. They announced a new one. Simultaneously in the U.S. and Japan.
Yeah, there's a new Judgment. I forget the name of it.
Lost Judgment.
Lost Judgment. There you go. Coming out this summer.
Not this summer, like November.
Oh, is it November? Okay.
Yeah.
But later this year. Okay. So yeah, that's coming out. And I guess they've also said that now going forward, the Yakuza series is going to be turn-based.
They're
going to stick to the Like a Dragon style.
But I think the idea there is that
Lost Judgment, September 24th.
But the idea there is that Judgment is sort of its own branch, and it'll keep playing the way Judgment plays.
Yes, right? Judgment is, if you want your pure action, there's Judgment for you, and if you want the turn-based stuff, then you have the Yakuza series from this.
Well, I mean, they did 6-7 games in Yakuza that were action fighting.
Yeah.
You can switch it to turn-based at this point.
7.
We've had enough Shenmue.
Actually, well, yeah, 7.
There's
'cause
Zero,
there was 0.
and
And
the
then there was
first one.
also the zombie spin-off one as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I guess 8
Yeah.
standard Yakuza games.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and apparently I have Like a Dragon sitting on the shelf over there. I want to start playing that. I think I might hold off until I'm done with Judgment, just so I don't end up getting the plots tangled
Confused.
up in my head because
Yeah.
I am not smart.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, everything I've heard about Like a Dragon says it's fantastic, and the turn-based stuff actually works really, really well with it. So
Yeah.
I'm
I've
excited.
heard that as well.
Yeah, but yeah, Judgment's a ton of fun. I'm having a blast with that game. But yeah, other than that, that's really all I've been playing
It's
this
kind
week.
of it.
Yeah,
All
other than that, because I've been assembling computer desks and chairs and things.
Okay. All
I've
right.
been busy.
Yeah.
Been working with my hands, CJ, like a man.
Hey, no judgment here.
No judgment here. It's right
Yeah,
there on my
judgment's
shelf.
Judgment's at your house, not my house.
Yes,
There's no
yes.
judgment here.
Yeah, there's definitely judgment right here. It's sitting right next to Returnal.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've been playing Returnal. More of that.
No
I
Returnal
still have
here.
not- I still have not gotten past the first biome, although I did get back to the first boss a second
Oh.
time finally. And
Congratulations.
Greg, what you were talking about last week about like recognizing the rooms and like recognizing which monsters are going to come out of the woodwork and attack you before you even go into those rooms. I'm at that point.
Yep.
Right there. I'm at that exact same point. And I'm having trouble, and I've read some advice online, like don't do the aim down sights thing while
No, I stopped
fighting.
doing that a long time ago.
So I think
It
I'm going to
just
try
slows you
that.
down.
It not only slows you down, but I get a little bit. So when I'm dodging projectiles from the enemies, I get a little bit like when I aim down sights, I get a little bit confused on. I can't tell the distance of the projectiles versus my.
You're getting like
character.
tunnel vision.
I get like this weird.
I
can't
think
judge
so. I think so. When you aim down sights, that it actually does a little bit of auto targeting.
It does, yeah.
So-
or even it does audio targeting even outside of it. I think.
Oh, does it? Because I was going to say, if it does that, like I know that I was sort of, I don't spend a lot of time in that view, but I'll sort of just when I'm aiming, I'll just tap it so that it zooms in just for a sec, and then I feel
Okay.
like that help. I mean, what do I know? I can't get out of the first level, but still,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still in that first level and still enjoying it, although enjoying it less because
boy, that was that didn't sound sincere in the least. Still
I mean-
enjoying it.
yeah. You sort of critical path it to the boss room or whatever, and I've had pretty good runs where I've been able to buy the spaceman thing that gives you the free death.
The J Spaceman.
The J Spaceman. And I still, I'll get to the point, and this happens almost every single run, where I'm like at the boss door and I have a quarter health and I can't go back to recover health at all. I can't like find health pickups. So what am I going to do? Although I heard somebody suggest that maybe going back to the spaceship, your ship, you can get health that way. I don't know if that's true.
I mean, you can sleep
so-
there, but I don't know that it refills your health. I don't think
Yeah, I
it
don't
does.
know that it does. I don't know that it does.
See, that,
but I want to
that
try
goes
it.
back to one of my big complaints.
Yeah. But I already picked up all of the health pickups, so I can't cheese that or anything. So yeah. But anyway, I've gotten to the boss twice now. I'm enjoying, I mean, the shooting's fun. It's fun. I just want to get out of this biome, please. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, I
Vindication.
guess that means it's time for tweets.
Twiddly-diddly-dee. A twiddly-diddly-dee. Tweet. A tweet. Tweet, tweet, yay, 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 yay.
Whoa. The Offspring coming back.
And they never
Put a
left.
little English
CJ.
on it.
They never left.
They never left. All right,
Not
let's
the
do
heart
this
of the
one
true
from
fans.
Hacker alias Mathman1024, who says, if you were the protagonist in a video game, what would the genre and title of the game be? As a follow-up, who would be your antagonist if your game warrants such a character?
Phil.
I would be the good guy driving backwards on the track.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just trying to cause a pileup. I get it. I would be the star of a music rhythm game that has terrible music. Me performing terrible covers of Offspring songs.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, then.
I mean, mine would definitely be some kind of pirate video game, right? I mean, that's where we're.
Would you actually? I mean, yeah, we get it. You like Sea of Thieves.
Yar. Yeah.
But would you be actually
no
a good pirate? No. Could you survive?
No.
I mean,
think so. No.
I mean, you get motion sickness just playing certain video games. How are you on the actual ocean?
I get seasick just in general. Yeah.
So yeah, you'd be a terrible pirate.
I'd be a terrible pirate. You're right.
These pants be high, says I.
Unless the game is just you running around the ship looking for places to hide your vomit.
And I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be driving something.
Yeah.
Driving something. Yeah. In some kind of racing game, would it be like an outrun style thing?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, what other kind of driving thing do you have in mind?
No, that works.
Then like
I wouldn't do
racer,
something with no police and no open world.
Like
I don't ever want to get out of the car.
Black Lamborghini behind you. You have
what?
to
No.
Beat them in a race.
No.
Is that what that be? No.
What?
No.
What?
Okay.
Jeez, how many people died in those Burnout games? Like those crash modes? I
don't know if you remember Paradise City showed us that none of them had drivers. So
yeah, there were no people in those cars.
Do you remember that? You don't remember that?
They're all self-driving.
I've tried to block out most of Paradise City.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Best thing about that game was the soundtrack.
True.
Take me down to a paradise. See? There's a music game. There's a level of your music game. It's just me screeching Paradise City. When the grass is green and the cows are pretty.
I remember. I don't know why this is. Well, obviously because we're talking about Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
But I remember one issue EGM.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why it had something to do with one of the letters.
Okay.
But we ran a picture. It was an updated picture of Axl Rose, and the caption said Axl Rose makes his own gravy. We got so much hate mail for that. Yeah. We got a bunch of hate mail for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From Axl?
No, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
I just remember seeing that picture and just almost falling off my chair. It had nothing to do with anything, but it just makes his own gravy. It just killed me.
Yikes.
Salty and delicious.
It's like that cat food, or was it dog food that made its own gravy? You poured water on it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was
that's what it was from.
Yeah, that's what the
I don't know what that has to do with Axl Rose.
Anyway. Absolutely nothing except for being funny. All right, Hacker Alias Grim Grinning Guy says, any of you guys picking up Biomutant at the end of the month? I'm interested.
What's Biomutant?
But wish they'd announce some next gen feetsures.
Is this like a sequel to Biofreaks?
No, it's like that. It's
Biohazard
an action
Battle?
game with like that. It's like a fox looking character. I don't know.
What is
You're not helping.
I don't know. I saw the trailer was like 3 years ago or something, like Biomutant.
Biomutant. Let me. Bio means.
Oh, it's like a fox character.
Oh,
actually, it looks more like a cat.
Yeah, like a
Nordic.
Yeah.
Well, that's already selling me.
I saw the one trailer and then it kind of disappeared off my radar.
This looks like.
Oh, well, if you want to know what it's about, PewDiePie did a 4-hour gameplay stream.
Oh, well. More and more
There
are
you
just
go.
selling it to me. This looks like someone really wanted to make a Rocket Raccoon game, but Disney wouldn't let them.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I know nothing. I know nothing.
So
about this game.
basically,
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
no. None
I
of
guess
us
no.
are,
I guess the answer is no. I'm sorry.
are
It may be a great game.
Mutant.
It may be
I mean,
fantastic.
it looks interesting,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know anything about it.
No.
Okay. Maybe we'll know more next weekend, but
Probably not.
All right. Hacker alias JRT1138 says, have any video games caused your kids to have total meltdowns? My son will hit a Lego puzzle or race that turns into a tantrum if he can't beat it right away.
You know what? I have noticed that Finn does not take to changes in user interface well.
And what does that mean? Changes?
If
It's when something in the user interface changes.
Greg got it. Greg understood.
Does that mean like he's going from one Lego game to the next, and because the UI is different, he doesn't like it?
No, he doesn't play the Lego games.
Oh, okay.
He plays Roblox. That's what he plays these days. He plays
Roblox. Okay.
Roblox, and
which is what Charlotte does as well.
Yes, and he the other day, apparently they're doing some sort of new version of Roblox or something. If you go to the Roblox website, there's a banner that says, "Oh, click here to test out the new beta of whatever new version of Roblox it is." Okay. And he accidentally did that. He accidentally clicked it.
Okay.
And it slightly changed the user interface. Where it was like he was in one of the games that he really likes playing. Adopt Me, maybe. One of those games.
Yeah.
That might be a call for help.
I know, right? You're adopting pets in this game. That's what it is. Actually, that's it turns out that's one of the more popular little Roblox games. Patrick Klepek a few days ago did a big article where he interviewed the creators of that particular game.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
But it was something very minor. It was like, when he, when you try to exit out of the game and you bring up a little sub menu in the game, normally the sub menu scrolls down from the top of the screen, and because of this new little beta interface, it scrolled in from the side of the screen. And he was just like, what is happening? This is weird. I don't like how this works. And he got very, very upset until I was able to help him go back to the old version. He just he got used to the way the game plays, and if something gets changed a little bit, he was a little upset. I had to look, dude, it's a different version, man. It's okay.
Game, bro.
Yeah.
Just a game. Charlotte is also playing Adopt Me, and you can trade pets in that game.
Oh, is this one of the ones where she got screwed over?
Apparently,
you can trade pets.
So she was trying to trade pets with other people.
Yeah.
And they would change the trade at the last minute and give her something bad, or just nothing at all. They would just take her pet and she got nothing.
Ooh.
So nothing in return, or at least not what she thought she was going to get.
Oh, look at that. See, Jeff Grubbs in our chat spreading the truth about Adopt Me. 2 million concurrent users.
Yes. But she was very upset. There was a total meltdown when she
she got scammed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm mad about that too.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Then she was trying to get her friend from school to trade to give her pets.
No. She's
like, this isn't going to work out well.
I understand.
This is not going to work out well for anybody. But yeah.
And then after you rip off your friend, when they get mad at you, you just say, well, no, here,
pay it forward.
Let me teach you how I ripped you off, and you can rip off someone else.
Oh, well, the other thing that happened is, so she watches a lot of Adopt Me videos, and apparently there was some video she wanted to make a comment on. It was one of those videos 100% real, not a scam way to get pets in.
Oh God.
Adopt Me.
Well, that sounds legit.
Of course, the title of that video alone just
If it
sounds
says
like
it's
it
not a
can't possibly
scam,
be. If
then
it
how
says
could
it's
it
not
be a scam?
Exactly. So she had to leave a comment on the video to get some link to whatever.
Oh no.
So I got an email that somebody had liked my comment, and I'm like, "What comment? Like, I don't comment on Roblox videos for sure." And
It's not on Adopt Me ones.
not on Adopt Me stuff.
No.
Yeah. But so I looked at the title of the video and it was like, yeah, 100% real, get 100 pets or
no.
instantly. And I'm like,
Oh,
and it was just
no.
the reply was a link
Ooh.
to something. And I'm like, I'm not clicking on this. And also, Charlotte, like, we need to teach you about scams.
Right.
Because even though it said 100% real, you gotta,
Oh no.
take that with a grain of salt and think about it for a second.
Did she didn't click on the link?
No, she didn't. She
Okay,
hadn't
well, that's
clicked on it. No. So
Good.
But yeah, I mean that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's like, well, enter in your Roblox account info
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
and you know that's when it
We
gets
need your-
real bad.
You need your password.
Yeah.
My kids I haven't never seen them have a meltdown, but I've seen them lose their tempers a little bit.
Mhm.
But they kind of have. It seems like they figured out ways to avoid those issues happening. Like my oldest, she just kind of decided early on that she just moved away from games that she found frustrated her completely.
Yeah.
So like, she sticks to stuff like Animal Crossing and sort of low stress game.
Right.
Well, stress in
Yeah.
a different way anyway. But and my youngest, I find that the second that she hits something that she doesn't like, she plays Roblox more than anything else. So it's just her and a couple of her friends. They get on like a FaceTime and they just hop from game to game. And inside of 5 minutes, if she's not interested, she's like, "Yeah, I'm moving on, something else." Like she doesn't let herself get frustrated. Holden just wants to play.
Yeah.
He's all about Fortnite again. So, but it's all about watching him play. Anytime he comes up against a player that's like extremely good, it takes him up pretty quickly. Bot must be a bot. Okay, sure, why not?
You'll never know
if that's what it takes. Sure.
As someone who never touches Fortnite and knows minimal about it, are there actually bots running around?
I have no idea.
In Fortnite,
who knows? I'm sure there are.
Fortnite,
I mean, all those
sure.
first-person shooters, you'll get like, and especially on the PC, I think you'll get people as well who can run like cheat hacks and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm sure stuff like that exists. Although I find now with Fortnite, what he's doing with his friends is they're using, I'm going to call it creative mode. I have no idea if that's what it is, but they're building levels with paths through them and stories because you can put text up on screen and stuff. So he was showing me their latest levels.
Nice.
The other day. It was pretty cool. There was like a whole storyline, this whole interweaving storyline with, it was really neat.
That's
so
cool.
I love seeing that he's doing stuff like that. Him and his friends he's saying, man, Dad, it took a long time. Like it took us like weeks to put this level together. It's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes long. I was like, yeah, I know. It's a lot of work, but I'm glad you're doing it. It's, it's creative. So yeah,
totally. Yeah.
But I don't see them lose their tempers very often on that.
Well, good.
That's good. Charlotte hates to lose.
Where'd she get it from, CJ?
You're
so laid back.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
but I've seen the way you treat
Mario
people
Party.
who do you wrong in Sea of Thieves. So
Mario Party. If
there's a darkness there.
If she doesn't win, she gets very upset. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So let's do this one from Hacker Alias 1star V2, who says, I was a Sega kid, but I missed out on Phantasy Star until PSO. I recently beat Phantasy Star 2 for the first time without an XP/money mod. While I loved the world, I hated the grind, and I'm now playing Phantasy Star 4 and find it to be an overall better game. So why is 2 so loved over 4? Thoughts?
I don't know that 2 is so loved over 4.
I think I think part of it is that, I mean,
4 was $100 when it came out.
I think amongst like the Sega fans, like actual like hardcore Sega fans, recognize that 4 is the best of the non-online Phantasy Star games, but certainly Phantasy Star 2 seems like it's gotten more press over the years, or is talked about a bit more. And I think probably some of that stems from because it wasn't a launch game, but it was darn close.
It was
right?
very close. Yeah. It was in the first year.
Yeah. So it was one of the first big Genesis games. Was it the first RPG on the system?
Yeah.
Okay. And it was a marked improvement over the first Phantasy Star, which was a pretty
That's
beloved
debatable.
game. Really?
That's debatable, but I think the other thing is that, see, I don't know. I think there's a lot of factors that go into that, because I think you could make an argument that the first Phantasy Star is better than Phantasy Star 2.
Okay.
But Phantasy Star 2 was a 16-bit RPG. It was one of the first 16-bit console RPGs.
Yeah.
And one of the first that came here.
Right.
Okay, I think it was the first 16-bit one that came here. So it was a flagship game early on in that system's lifespan, a system that did much better than the previous system, at least in North America. So I mean, it was just well known. And then I think the other thing too is it probably picked up a little bit more notoriety when Phantasy Star 3 came out, which was also very early on. It was still in the first couple of years of the system's life, where Phantasy Star 3 was kind of a disappointment. So I think people might have gone back and played Phantasy Star 2 instead.
And then you have on the flip side of that, you have Phantasy Star 4, which was released very late in the Genesis's life, and was, like CJ said, $100 when it came out. So you know, between people kind of getting, you know, like PlayStation wasn't out yet, but it was certainly on its way. And I think people were kind of gearing up for the next generation and less willing to spend $100 on a.
It was the end of '93, and I think Super Nintendo was gaining a lot more steam at that point too.
Yeah,
because there was a while there in the first, like for the first part of the '90s, where the two systems, at least in the US, were very neck and neck.
Yeah,
but by 94, 95, Nintendo had left Sega behind.
When did that come out in the US? PS4
must have been 94, I would think.
Yeah, because it was.
I should know this, but I don't.
Definitely late.
Oh, actually, it was 95. February 95.
It was 95. So it was.
So it came out just a few months before the Saturn.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was very late stage. But I mean, going back to the original, like, I don't know that a lot of people who have played both of them would say Phantasy Star 2 was the better game.
Yeah.
And I also think that the relentless grinding, which, I mean, good for you for playing through it without any kind of hack, because that's like I'm almost finished it. I'm on the one of the last 2 dungeons in the game in my playthrough. I've been playing it with a hack, 4 times experience and money hack, and it's getting difficult now. Like, it's getting to the point that I've had to, the last couple dungeons I had to go in and escape 3 or 4 times to be able to make it through. And that's with the hack. Like, I'm overpowered for where we would be normally. So it's a tough game, but I think you kind of have to put it in context as well. You're talking about 1989, 1990, and you didn't care as much, especially, I guess, if you were younger and you had that kind of time to, you know, put into it. It definitely had more to do with, I think, well, it's sort of an age-old tradition anyway with old PC and computer and console games. You would pad them by requiring all this grind, right? Yeah. Because the game itself, if you were able to sail through it, it would be 15 hours, and maybe that's not enough. But it was, Phantasy Star 4 was much better balanced. And yeah, today, like Phantasy Star 2 today, by today's standards, oh god, it's soul crushing. The grind is soul crushing. Like, I would never ever do it. But yeah. But I don't think many people think it's a better game. Anybody who's played both anyway.
I see. All right, let's do this one from a hacker alias Dave Vizla, who says, "Did you jump on the RetroTink 5X bandwagon?" I do not
God
know
damn
what
it.
a RetroTink is. So
It's an upscaler.
Oh, really?
So RetroTink is a series of upscalers from composite component to HDMI, and also RGB to HDMI. Or, I don't know. The different versions have different inputs, but the 5X is being touted as like the next standard for these things. It used to be the FrameMeister, the micro whatever it's called, FrameMeister, which I've got, but people seem to be moving away from that now. And yeah, the RetroTink 5X is supposed to be the thing. I missed out on the early release. Unfortunately, I completely forgot about it. But they say they're going to have more available in June, so I'm definitely buying one. I'll retire the old FrameMeister, and by retire I mean sell, because they don't make those anymore, so they might be worth something.
there you go. Phil, are you in on that bandwagon?
I am not.
I see.
I am not.
The big thing that I've heard about it that I really like is that old games, Super Nintendo, this happens a fair amount. Saturn, it happens a lot, where games will swap resolutions for different things. Like, if you go, I think, is it Chrono Trigger might be one of them, where if you go to the sub menu, it's a higher resolution than the game is running at, and the FrameMeister doesn't handle that very well. So if you're capturing footage, you have desync issues. And if you're streaming, you'll get a no signal warning. Like your screen will just flash black and it'll say no signal. And then basically the system and the television have to handshake again through HDMI, and then you can play again. Apparently the RetroTink handles that much better. Handles these resolution swaps much better.
Nice.
I see. Then let's wrap up with this one from Hacker Alias Insipid Ghost, who says, without having nostalgia glasses, what retro games / series do you guys enjoy that would be prime candidates for a quality remake? Not a remaster, but full ground up remake. I can think of two. Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy IX.
do Final Fantasy VI the way they re-released Final Fantasy III on the DS with a fully 3D engine.
That or Trials of Mana with 3D.
Yeah,
I could see that too. That'd be fantastic.
Would Mega Man Powered Up 2 count?
Oh, that'd be great
in this, because
sure,
it is a crime.
Or hey, even release the first one on something that people can play or people still have.
Yeah. It breaks my heart that the Mega Man Powered Up series died on the vine.
Yeah,
because Powered Up was so good. It was such a good remake of a fantastic retro game. And oh, gee whiz, I would have liked to have seen 2. Man,
yeah.
Put that on a modern system with the level editor and everything, being able to share your levels like that. Oh, forget it.
And then they twisted the knife even further when they made Maverick Hunter playable on the Vita.
Yes. Yeah.
But not powered up.
Not powered up. No. Not powered up.
Because Maverick Hunter was really good too.
Oh, it was.
I would have loved to have seen them go further with that as well.
Yeah, because it was fantastic.
Yeah, the X games aren't generally as good as the core series, as far as I'm concerned, but they're still a lot of fun.
I mean, the first 3 are all pretty great.
Yeah.
So, of course, okay.
There was that rumor we didn't talk about in news, but maybe it's worth talking about here, that the Super Mario Odyssey team is working on a Donkey Kong 3D game.
I did see that.
That's an interesting one, because you have people who are sick of the 2D side-scrolling Donkey Kong games, and people like myself who are fans of the old school Donkey Kong look. It would be interesting if that would ever come back.
I can't imagine it would.
I can't imagine it would either.
Way too deep with that horrible rare character design for the Donkey Kong crew, but
I mean, it's evolved over time since that
Oh yeah, but
It's the first couple of games.
it's still
but, yeah.
not nearly as great as that old.
No, man.
You know,
You
with
look
the
at
little,
like,
with the little crosses for teeth, and
yeah.
you know, that old.
I'd love to
school
see
Donkey
that
Kong
brought
look.
back. That'd be
Oh, yeah.
so
So would
so
I.
much fun. I'd be so down with that.
Yeah.
But
One of the series that I'd love to see come back, and it just reminded me because actually the Xbox expansion pass in the chat mentioned Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Darkstalkers. I would love to see them do a Darkstalkers game using like the engine they use for their Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter games now, Street Fighter 4 and 5.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. Darkstalkers.
why do you
was
think
so
they haven't
good.
done that?
I don't know.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I
don't
Why
get it
haven't
either.
they done that?
Because Darkstalkers was around when fighting games ruled the world, and now they don't anymore. I mean, it's great that they've come back,
No.
but they're not at the level they were, and they probably never will be. But yeah, man, Darkstalkers. There's a series that's been dormant for way too long.
Yeah.
It's true.
What was the last Darkstalkers game? Was it like?
I think it was the Chaos Tower on PSP.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah,
yeah. I was just about to say the PSP release,
and that was an original.
That was just a
I don't
compilation, right?
I think so. Yeah,
like the first two.
it was like a mega mix.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
A Fighters mega mix.
Like I think the main series is only Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, and Vampire Savior. Yeah. But it's great characters, great fighting system. Like that was just a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed. Would be nice.
Yeah.
But
is that our list? Is that it?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I'm always going to say Nintendo needs to bring back Super Mario Brothers 2 style gameplay. Just do.
I was playing Super Mario Brothers 2 this week.
Super Mario 2,
such a good game.
I wanted to play it to get like 5 minutes of footage. I ended up playing it for an hour.
It's so good.
So good.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, sure, it's not standard Mario, but it's still super good.
It's still.
Yeah.
That's standard enough.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that's where we call it. That's it.
What are we calling it?
Episode 758.
Oh, my neighbors.
Yeah. 758 my neighbors. That's right. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. Whenever he wants to write another entry, we will all welcome it with open arms. And you'll also find Generation 16 episodes.
Yeah, the current episode's going really well. I've actually interviewed a couple of the original developers of the game that I'm going to be covering. I think I mentioned that before. Yes. So I've been sifting through those interviews. I have one more request out. Hopefully that comes in. But otherwise, all the footage is captured, and I just need to put all the pieces together and write the script.
Very, very
Which makes it sound like I'm close, but it'll probably be a month or so before anything is close to being done.
There you go. You will also find show notes and links to the things that we talked about. And you'll find a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening application. We're also on Stitcher Radio. We're on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our shows on the youtubes.com/P1Podcast, or you can watch us broadcast live most weeks on the YouTubes, on the Facebooks, on the Twitters, on the Twitch.televisions, all over the internet. We will find us usually around this time, 5:30 Sunday nights, specific time. Follow our Twitter account to find out when we are doing our next live show, though, for the exact when, just in case something changes. That's over there at P1 Podcast. Or @symbol P1 Podcast on the Twitters. And there's CJ with the Banjo and Kazooie for some reason.
Yeah, they should remake that.
Should they?
No.
Take that, Banjo and Kazooie.
I like Banjo and Kazooie. What are you talking about?
I never got into Banjo and Kazooie.
That's too bad.
No, it's mainly because of those stupid, awful, rare character designs. They ruined so much. Yeah.
Only Star Fox.
Basically anything that's not Blastcore. If you like what you've heard, and how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast Throw a few shekels our way. We get enough money, maybe we can fund the development of that new Banjo-Kazooie game. That
There you
CJ's
go.
So
All
keen
right.
on. He's so excited about it.
I am.
We'll send Rare a big check.
I already do.
Yeah, I guess you kind of do, don't you?
That's fair.
CJ kind of does.
Kinda.
But you know what? Your Patreon dollars, of course, do help support our show. Keeps us broadcasting live on the old melon here, and all those costs that go into keeping a podcast going. But hey, you know what? If you are a podcast Patreon subscriber person of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode where we play games, crack wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. This week we got a game, CJ.
We do. We have a Jeopardy game.
We have a Jeopardy game. So please join us for that. Check us out Thursday nights on our feed. Our good pal CJ here will usually toss up an old post show if you want to get a little taste of what these are. And then you can join a Patreon to get fresh ones every week.
Yeah.
If you have a couple bucks left over, of course, head over to patreon.com/generation16 to help support Greg Stewart's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite second banana. Speaking of Donkey Kong, the Sega Genesis.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, and like I said, the latest episode is out. Please go check it out, and working on the new one. And if you are a supporter of the $5 per show variety,
also cheap,
you get access to the weekly video log series called The Weekly Commute, where I don't go anywhere, but I talk about the development of the episode, the current episode, how it's going, what the status is. Also talk about some of the stuff I use for research, and just generally talk about games and my game room and how that's coming along. So it's all good. On today's video, there was a lot of footage of Ridge Racer 5 playing on my Sony CRT.
Oh, nice.
And it looked pretty
on your Sony Vega. Nice.
The one I got for free.
Ain't no better price.
Those things are getting expensive now.
Oh, is that right?
Everyone's realized that old video game nuts want them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, I think I still have my old one in storage. I should rent
Sell
a truck and drag it out. Thing's heavy.
Phil,
like 100 pounds.
Don't lift it on your own. In fact, don't lift it
know.
at all. Hire someone to.
I got someone coming in tomorrow to hang up my my giant TV. So.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
You got a 4K television, sir.
I did.
Phil's joined the revolution.
I got the
LG,
resolution. The LG OLED.
Oh man.
Finally joining the next generation.
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Finally got a giant TV that's I do not trust myself to hang it up.
No.
I do not want to put a TV on my wall and have it crashing down.
Yep.
So
I feel like between you and your wife, you'd probably be fine. But hey, why not hire someone and have the added?
I do not,
peace of mind.
Do not trust myself. I also have a problem, because you got to use a stud detector to find.
And when you hold one of those, it just constantly beeps.
Feedback.
I have the same problem.
What can I say?
You're talking my language.
Wow.
It's just always beeping. If I stand too close, I might have to step outside. Hop in my little Faraday cage where the stud sensors can't reach me. I'm a father,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am all for it.
Anyway, there's that. CJ, what's going on over at secondplayer.net this week?
Secondplayer.net. Well, Phil,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you'll find excellent video game podcasts and YouTube videos. This week, I did a little roundup of shows that summarized the Apple versus Epic, or rather, Epic versus Apple case that's going on right now, including got Richard Hogue there, who's a lawyer and has a show called Virtual Legality, where he's basically like every day, like rounding up what happened in the legal proceedings. So you can go to his YouTube channel, or he also has a podcast, Virtual Legality. And check all that stuff out. Hear all of the legalese explained to you in layman's terms.
I don't want to spoil the end of this giant lawsuit.
Saga? Yeah.
But yeah, Apple v Epic. It ends with Mecha Apple coming out, and Apple and Epic have to team up to defeat Mecha Apple.
That's how justice works.
Yeah.
That is how it works.
You know.
Yes, indeed.
They have to fight at the beginning just to give everyone what they paid for, but then you got to have that common foe.
Mm-hmm.
So you can team up and take them
Indeed. Down. That's too true there, Phil. Too true.
Is that it?
Yeah.
CJ.
I mean, I could go on, but I won't.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.
Of course. Gregory, the birthday boy.
Yo.
Happy
birthday.
Thanks, guys.
It's so nice to see you joining us on this special day of yours.
Well, I mean, it is a national day of rest, so
in all of Canada or just Nova Scotia?
In all of Canada.
Oh, okay. Okay. Congratulations.
I'm treasured.
And, well, as well you should.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a special thank you to you, our wonderful listeners out there, each and every single one of you. Please take care of yourself this upcoming week. Please take care of your family, your loved ones, your friends. Keep wearing the mask. I know they're relaxing stuff, but
maybe where you are.
Yeah, maybe where we are. Yeah, but get your shots if you're eligible. I got a week. I got a week to go, and my second shot will have kicked in and will have done its job. So
Me as well. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be nice.
And Phil's gonna run naked through the streets of Seattle.
Well, I'm gonna run naked through the.
He's gonna wear a mask
and not worry about it. I'm gonna wear a mask. Where to be determined.
Tune in to find out.
Maybe I'll mix it up. Maybe I'll swap locations in mid run. So we'll see how things go. It's tough to breathe in those things, man.
That's right.
So I'm told.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, of course, listeners, friends. Please, we hope to see you next week, and we'll talk at you later.
Bye.
Toodle.